Welcome back, Mr. Goodberry. The First Star Logistics studio is fully equipped and ready to record.
Welcome back to Bengals on the Brain, presented by First Star Logistics. I'm your host, Joe Goodberry. Continuing this little mini series we have in the off season as we get ready for camp and all that to open up. We still got another month. Is a look back at some of these young prospects that the Bengals have that, number one, we could use a jump in play, or I think we could expect one, or this guy's on the verge of being pretty good. And one of those is last year's best rookie, Dylan Fairchild, the third-round pick out of Georgia that pretty much played every game at left guard. He missed a couple. Dalton Reisner had to check in and play that spot, which was fine. It's nice to have the veteran depth. But when Fairchild returned in the second half of the year, he was good. He went from, okay, promising rookie to he might be good, and he might be good right now. In his best game of the season, according to Pro Football Focus, he had about an 84 score in Week 17 versus the Arizona Cardinals. Like, if that's who he ends up being, if that's his upside, he also had a great game. I think it was an 80 overall versus the Buffalo Bills a couple weeks before that. I was going to go with that one originally, but it was in the snow, and I thought you're not getting a great evaluation of the defensive line in that game, so let's go with the Cardinals. Less talent on that defensive line, but that's okay. We get probably a cleaner evaluation. We can't say, oh, it's just because the snow, because we've had that in Buffalo where Jackson Carman had a great game, and it didn't really mean much. But the frequency of Dylan Fairchild's good games started happening more often in the second half of the year, culminating in this game against the Arizona Cardinals, which we didn't do a film review on Bengals on the Brain during the season because we just did a Dylan Fairchild review, I think the week before that. So that leaves us with Dylan Fairchild versus the Cardinals. Check out these reps, and this is what the upside looks like and what we're hoping to get in 2026. Number 63 is Dylan Fairchild at left guard there. And we've got about 70 plays queued up. The Bengals get out to a big lead, and the backups come in eventually. But until then, we are only going to stop at the plays that make sense as our old pal, Akeem Davis-Gaither, knocks down the first pass of the game, intended for Jamar Chase. But this is his highest graded game of the year. He and Orlando Brown are going to double team on a lot of plays here. As you'll see, Orlando Brown and giving a shove to Calais Campbell before Dylan Fairchild has to get him out of there, and he really can't. Probably should get a better help from OBJ there at left tackle. But after that, I think we're going to get about 8 or so very nice blocks from Dylan Fairchild, and maybe just 2 or 3 bad blocks, which is a great ratio because normally it's like 5 and 5. All right. He and Ted Karras getting the double team there as the pass goes to Tanner Hudson. Nothing really to talk about there. I think Karras struggled in this game, if I remember. I want to say Amarius Mims misses a couple of drives as Cody Ford comes in. Fairchild here. Good job getting in front of 94, but it's a boot that goes to Drew Sample. Had me, because the Bengals don't do that too often. Although, if I remember correctly in this game, they do it a handful of times. Towards the end of the year, we started seeing more under center, play action, boot, naked boots, extra jumbo lineman, fullback usage. Here we get Dylan Fairchild. Let's refocus our film review here. Against 55, he and Orlando Brown Jr. are going to get 55 out of there, man. Absolutely throwing him out of the club. And Chase Brown puts his head down with the kind of one cut up field for 3 yards. We're going to see some good Chase Brown runs in this game as well. So a good game for him to end the year. Well, you still have week 18, but they kind of acted like this was the end, the way they played. All right, 55 is going to go with the power this time on Fairchild. He does a good job of re-anchoring. Look at him losing the initial battle here. Gets his hands out, brings them back in, latches inside right there, drops his butt, drops his weight, even though he's getting illegal hands to the face. Keeping Joe Burrow clean for the deep shot. That doesn't get completed. Looks like it bounced off T's hands, I think. I don't think Burke got his hand on it. I don't remember correctly now. All right, Fairchild again here. Going against 95, who's diving inside. Do we got a stunt? Nope, just keep hammering him then as Burrow tries to run and get something. Kind of throws it away, throws it up to Yoshi. Third down. Okay, Fairchild here. He's got his eyes outside. We got a blitz potential coming. He and Calais Campbell doing a good job sticking with him. Here comes a nice open window throw for Joe Burrow to Jamar Chase. Will Johnson tries to rip it out. Jamar does a good job staying with it. Strong hands there. Did we ever find out what the rock, paper, scissors was? All right, Fairchild. Stunt for sure. He could tell by the way 90 released like that, right? As soon as he goes out to the outside, he goes, okay, I know what that looks like. Let me work my way back in here. As that ball goes to Jamar Chase for a gain of 4. Ball comes out so quickly in this offense. That is a big advantage for a lot of guys. You know, the Bengals pass a lot, and it puts a lot of stress on the O-line. But half the passes are so quick that it really doesn't matter because they can lose and still not give up the pressure. All right, Fairchild and Orlando Brown going to 90 here, and then Fairchild's going to have to release once he gets his hand off of him. You see his white glove get on that forearm. He's going to disengage and then go get Cody Simon. And Chase Brown's going to get 4 yards out of it. A lot of cutback running in this Bengals offense. The cutback guys have to do a good job of getting the defenders out of there. We could probably get more explosive runs once the backside guys start getting their guys on the ground. I like this again for Fairchild. He's got to come all the way over to get 90. Even though Collier is going to punch him, he's going to get in position to stay in front. And Chase Brown does just enough to squeak and get 3 yards. So, no, it's Pirine. I'm sorry. Pirine puts his head down for 3 yards. And then we get a quick touchdown pass to Jamar. I don't think we have anything for Fairchild here. Yep, ball's out very fast. Smoke route, spot route. This isn't a screen because nobody is screening the defenders, if that makes sense. If that's a question, I'd like to not do that this year at some point, not talk about what the difference in screens are. But if you want to know, we can spend time on it because there's always new fans watching for the first time, and I appreciate those people. Karras and Fairchild get that D tackle out of here as we got another naked boot. Burrow sees not much there, and he's going to run for 2 yards. 2nd and 8 now. We start to get a higher frequency of nice blocks out of Fairchild coming up here. I like how when he helps, he's still looking. Like, do you notice that? Even though he's helping Karras here, watch Fairchild's eyes. He still looks back. Does Orlando need help? One more time. Does Orlando need help? One more time. Does he need help? How about I go help and knock this guy on the ground? Right? I like a physical Dylan Fairchild. He played so nasty when he came back from that injury. Like first 6 weeks or so, 5 weeks, and then he missed a couple games, then he came back. And he was such a better player when he came back. Took him a game or two. But then when he ended up being really, really good in the second half. Again, that's a good block there too. Hands are dislodged, right? He wants to get them regathered and replaced underneath there. Does a good job of anchoring as that pass goes to T. Higgins for 10 yards. Like his hand usage got so much better than what it was in college. His power was there. You could see the nastiness in college, different than Mims, right? We said Mims doesn't always have that type of motor where Fairchild does. It started to happen more and more often. So look at him again. I mean, we're starting to string some evaluation plays here in a row. Fairchild takes 55, throws him out of there. Now, can he come up and get a linebacker? Doesn't matter. Chase Brown's already cut back completely for a gain of 13. Backside blocks there. Could have been Jamar Chase could have had a better block. He would probably agree too. Even the way he reacted afterward was like, Look at Jalen Thompson, huh? He was a free agent safety. I think he went to the Cowboys. Diving in. Karras and Fairchild got to take him on. 91's on the ground. Hitting Chase Brown. Just not enough quality blocks there. Collier with a really nice play. I think he swim moved. He gave him the arm over to Ted Karras and beat him. It's got to be Campbell against Fairchild here. Campbell's long, tall, very tall player. I vaguely remember this play. I think it was just an out route off coverage to Yoshi there, even though the camera didn't get there. Gain of 12, first down. Fairchild and Campbell again. Getting some help from Karras as Burrow has to step up and throw on the run. Yoshi makes a little something happen after the catch, which is not a strength of his. So nice to see him get a few yards after the catch there. All right, Fairchild and Campbell again. Campbell with a win here. Nice veteran power move. We saw this with Jonathan Allen. But it's going to try and knock this outside hand away. Kind of cross chop would normally come here. Instead, I think he pulls with the right arm, gets the left arm around, and also throws the lineman down, as you can see right there, before the arm over. So that would have been a pressure, but that ball is already out to T. Higgins for 4 yards. All right. Fairchild here's got Campbell to his left, I should say. Let's see if we can get him out of there. Yep, good job. So again, on these runs, any of these wide zone runs here, if we're going to knock these guys out like this, but the defender's still going to stay to the outside, you can see where all these defenders are going that way, right? The natural progression for the run is going to be to cut it back at some point, whether it's behind this double team or behind the left tackle or right tackle, I should say. And right there, he's like, okay, can I get by a double? Nope. Can I get behind the right tackle? Maybe a little bit better block from Mims is what I'm saying, like on these backside plays. If we can get a little bit better block in there, some of these can go for explosive runs. Instead, they're solidly efficient right now, but not explosive. That's Fairchild on the ground right there. I don't know if you noticed. We've got Lucas Patrick is his name as the jumbo lineman, but Fairchild gets to the ground here. You can see as Karras also falls to the ground, Fairchild falls to the ground. Patrick picks up the nose. They're trying to keep these two as occupied as they can and see if Pirine can hit this hole, very tight hole, and he's going to have Cody Simon filling it. Can he get low and fight through it? Oh, a little hesitation step from Pirine right there. Probably slowed him down just enough that he can't get through that hole. Gain of a yard and a half. Which I believe is going to bring us to third down. QB sneak. Yeah, let's go back just a click. QB sneak, Karras and Fairchild. Got to get low. Got to take 94 out of there. That's shoulder to shoulder. Helmet hits on both sides of the shoulder pads on 94. Can they drive him out? Yes, they can. Delvin Tomlinson, right? And doesn't do enough. Burrow gets one more yard there. And now we got to flip it around. We got Cody Ford at fullback. Cody Ford's right here. We've got Lucas Patrick right here. Remember, the Bengals started getting under center more, started going jumbo and extra linemen. Let's see. Let's watch Fairchild. Oh, we got a skip pole. He's coming out. He's going to come out. He's going to get to, I think, I'm going to assume that's going to be Simon he's going to end up getting to. And Ford's going to take the other end on this side. So let's see. Fairchild doing a good job getting out there. There he goes. Yes. Simon, can Pirine outrun the nose tackle? It's got to be Tomlinson again. He does. Good blocking on the front side. Backside just held on long enough for the touchdown. Good blocking up front. Good job of Fairchild being an athlete. He's going to pull a couple times in this game. I think he does a good job in this game doing that. And to me, that was something I didn't know he could do at such a high level coming out. Again, backside, right? If we can get a better block here by Orlando Brown Jr. as Fairchild comes up and gets Simon, this could potentially, you can go full speed right at the safety is what we're looking for here. Instead, we got contact at the line of scrimmage by the defensive end. and it only goes for 3. We want to get Chase Brown full speed against second level and third level, of course. He's one of the faster backs in the league. He is extremely explosive. We got to keep him free at the line of scrimmage. All right, on to Fairchild here. He's got Cody Simon above him here. Nope. Ends up getting the D tackle, who kind of slides inside, and the ball comes out as they got a bracket on Jamar Chase there that Burrow must not have seen, or else he probably wouldn't throw that. Doesn't typically. Unless he has to on a third down or something. Okay, let's see what's going on with Fairchild here and Calais Campbell. See, soon as Karras goes, oh, I'm going to go help out Dalton Reisner, Campbell goes, okay, now I can finish working to the inside, gets a handout, gets his balance off. Burrow sees that, feels the pocket collapsing around the corners, tries to step up, and Campbell finishes the play. I don't 100% put this on like a fault of Dylan Fairchild, because that's a veteran understanding the timing and, oh, now you want to single me after the double leaves? I got this path to the outside or inside there, I guess. Fairchild sees the blitz here coming. Can he pick it up with power? Ball's already out. Completed to Gesicki for a chunk of yards. Looks like about 15. They're picking up the first down marker there. Like it was, I don't know what down that was. Let's assume this is first down then, since they're grabbing the marker. All right, Fairchild's got to dance with this guy quite a few times as Chase Brown's really patient to the hole here, trying to move some guy. But I think the defender ran over Collier's feet. Not really much of a throwdown for Fairchild, as it is friendly fire on the Cardinals side. Trying to go with power against Fairchild. I would say this is going to be his strength. I think laterally, he's not the best athlete. I think he can get up to speed forward. I think power-wise, though, he drops anchor so well. And like he's losing. His back is pretty bent well there, but his hands are good. His hands are strong. And the ball gets checked down to Chase Brown. It makes a man miss and picks up 18 yards. Chase Brown is a receiver, man. Like if you think he's like a C-plus runner, he's a B-plus receiver. If not an A-minus receiver, he might be an A-minus receiver. All right, eyes on Fairchild. Yes, I love when you throw those guys on the stunt here. He sees the stunt here, throws him to Orlando Brown, gets in position to pick up the other guy, and the ball comes out to Chase Brown, who makes a man miss, picks up in maybe an extra yard and a half, 2 yards. Gain of 7. Two tight ends to the right. This is with Ford in the game now. Mims is he misses a few drives, I believe. Oh yeah, Fairchild's got to dance with this guy for a while. Watch Fairchild here with 55. And because we got a fake throw and then a draw play where two guys bounce in here, Chase Brown's like, okay, let me go this way. And then you get the defensive lineman to go outside. Chase Brown's going to cut back in. This only goes for 2 yards. I think sometimes people see that as Chase Brown being indecisive or not having great vision. I think he saw it correctly. You just need somebody there on that O-line to absolutely win, and all of them just kind of held their guy up. All right, P. Ryan's in the game now. Let's watch Fairchild here. As the DN looks like he wants to go right through Fairchild. Doesn't really work as we get the check down to Yoshi for a gain of 7. I think that should make it a first down. I would like to see somewhere on the screen. Just give me what the down is. Don't tell me what happened on the play. Just give me the down. Down and distance. All right, let's look at Fairchild here. Whoa, we got heavy over here. Nose tackle slid this way. Calais Campbell went all the way out the D end, and then the edge is way out there. That's because we got a blitz on the right side. Here comes Cody Simon. P. Ryan's trying to pick it up, gets his ankle stepped on. All right, let's go back to Fairchild. That's the goal here. Trying to help out. He's just watching the stunts and twists and then picks it up at the very end. Yeah, P. Ryan got stepped on by Cody Ford. I think P. Ryan comes back in this game because I remember he has a good pass protection later. All right, let's watch Fairchild here. Potentially, this guy looks like he's dropping. You got Calais Campbell going for the outside move and then trying to move back inside. There we go. He wants to go outside, fine. He wants to go back inside, great. Once he does, let's power step inside and drive him. Burrow still gets sacked. Well, Fairchild did his job there. It's pretty good recovery and finish. This guy's trying to really beat him inside here, huh? Who is that? Sweat, I think, number 10. Just really diving in. Let's see if Fairchild can move and get back to it. Oh, it's a screen, so let him do it. Now, because the screen's here, I would assume Reisner has to get him, and Fairchild's going to get him. Let's see if that works. Let's see how Chase Brown. Oh, we've got 3 guys. Taj Brooks, that's right. They started doing 2 more. They started doing more 2 running back sets, and B. Ryan's out, so it had to be Taj in there, and Chase Brown just hits the gas. Gain of 15. He probably could have set up his blockers a little bit better. Maybe those are the plays where people question Chase Brown's vision a little bit. But hey, we'll take 15 on a screen anytime. Mims returned to the game. Fairchild torquing that guy inside. Yeah, and we got a nice run again here. Watch Fairchild again. Watch his strength, right? He's going to get some help from Orlando Brown Jr. here. Now let's get this guy inside. When you can torque him inside like that and then wall him off, that guy was originally on the outside. Good core strength, good power, good hand usage. Now Chase Brown, oh, we've got a good job by Orlando Brown getting up here. Whoever pulled, that might be Reisner pulling. We've got a good seal on inside and outside. Chase Brown's just got to get through the arm tackle and then hit the gas. Yes, and run through more. Let's go. Let's go. 25 yards for Chase Brown. That's a good run. That's a strong run. See, that's where I mean you want to get him to full speed. He's not the biggest dude. He's 209 to 210. I think it was 209 at his pro day. But you get a guy like that, because he's not the tallest, so he's got good density. You get him up to speed like that, yes. All right, let's watch Fairchild over here and Orlando Brown Jr. double teaming. Absolutely getting this guy, lifting him out of here. And again, the rest of them, no one else can get that block because Fairchild is still down here. You see him? He's still mauling this guy down the field. That is a great block by Fairchild. There's the win. Just not clean enough on the front side, or else that could have been a good run. Instead, it just gets a couple. Okay. Quick pass, out, touchdown. Let's go. Ja'Marr Chase with 2 scores early in this game. What do we got? A P. Ryan touchdown and 2 Ja'Marr Chase touchdowns as of now. I think 3 drives. And then we're kneeling it to close out the first half. So far, so good for Dylan Fairchild. I'd say about 4 really nice blocks, 2 losses probably. That's a great ratio. We'll take a 2-to-1 ratio on your good blocks to bad blocks, especially if you're starting to have impact type level blocks. You need that because the only guys really on this O-line that can have those at a high frequency, I think, are Mims, and Mims is more of the steady. He doesn't have the bad blocks too often. So like if you're counting up impact block versus blown blocks, Fairchild last year, a lot of impact towards the end, still had a share of blown blocks as a rookie. That's going to happen. Less blown blocks for Karras, a decent amount for Orlando Brown Jr., although he's very steady blocker. Reisner was pretty steady both ways. And then Mims was starting to get the high-end blocks more and more, but he almost never has any bad blocks, just some where you wish he could do more. Again, here's the exact thing I was talking about earlier, how you kind of have to dance with these guys. Fairchild here. Looks like that's Campbell. If you look at it, if you stay inside, Chase Brown probably wants to hit it here because we've got the defender on the outside here. So he's going to jab it this way to get the defender to go that way. So good manipulation. This is also called pressing the hole. Here's the hole, right? That's the hole. You want to get as far as you can in one direction before you cut up. If he just cuts up here, this guy stays inside and makes the play. So you want to press it as far as you can and get really on the heels of this guy to get this defender to go back to the other way. And now you cut back. Hopefully Karras can come get this guy. And that could be a big run. So let's see. Karras couldn't get him. Gain of 4. But you can see how, these plays should and could go for a big gain. Just one more block, usually. Very efficient run game last year for the Bengals, but could be more explosive on the ground. Ball comes out quickly. That time the smoke, quick pass did not work to Jamar. I think that's Denzel Burke, right? Ohio State? I think so. We got P. Ryan and Hudson, I bit my lip there, in the backfield together. Fairchild's going to have to deal with a little bit of power here from 25. Does a good job of anchoring, though, as Burrow steps up and launches a deep ball to T. Higgins. That's what we're looking for. Man, I can't wait for football. Man, I cannot wait for football when you see plays like that and hear the crowd yell, T. Yes, we got another pull for Dylan Fairchild. I like these because we didn't get his athletic testing before the draft, so I like to see how athletic he is. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Mims is going to get the linebacker. Fairchild's going to come out and get 25. Should be a big gap here if everyone's going to hold their blocks. Let's see. Yes, so Mims had to actually turn this guy outside. Oh, if he could have slipped through that one. Got his ankle taken out just a little bit. But good pickup and good block by Dylan Fairchild. Again, look at the power from Fairchild. He's going to get a little help here from Orlando Brown Jr. But once you get here, I need you to like both guys are falling over. Watch how he kind of torques his body and gets him out of there completely. Like really good power and balance. He's a wrestler. That's what it looks like when you're wrestling. Okay, next play here. T comes in motion. No one follows. Let's watch Fairchild. Looks like he's just picking up maybe potential blitz. Not there. Underneath to T. Higgins for a gain of 6. Potentially picking up a first down there the way he's pointing. I'm assuming he may be. All right. Fairchild with potential blitz here. Goes and picks up the nose with Karras, and Burrow's got to run and throw it away. Something he has done a little bit more often. Didn't like throwing it away early in his career. No doubt about it. He would take those hits. But now he looks pretty good. Oh, Fairchild pulling again. Coming out. Oh, it's an RPO. Ball comes out to Jamar Chase for the first down. Pick up 12. What I meant is when Burrow, he does a good job of making those decisions now and just getting rid of it. You don't want to do it too much. The worst quarterbacks kind of throw it away too often. You don't want to Andy Dalton that thing. You want to make a play still. Now let's watch Fairchild. They're going to get this guy out of here. Yes. Oh. Okay. Let me go back just a click. Because once Simon here goes right here, you and Fairchild and Orlando Brown should be able to set a wall here. And then you got Karras and Reisner should be able to set a wall here. This should be Chase Brown, full speed from the line of scrimmage, touchdown. But he can't really. I don't think he hits it as hard as he could. Good job of Simon getting back in there. But I think that could have been a touchdown if he was a little more decisive and would have hit it full speed. He kind of gave you 1-2 on that one. Let's watch Fairchild here. He and Karras going to throw that guy out. But again, if we're winning like this on the front side, and winning is subjective here. Like you got 4 defenders all defending on the outside here. You've got on the backside here 1, 2, 3 blockers and 3 defenders. So if we can all one-on-one win, the backside should be there. Instead, no one really is. If the explosives are going to come, and Chase Brown's fighting for whatever he can, he gets a yard out of it. If the explosives in the run game are going to come, I think it's going to be because the backside guys start getting their guys on the ground or start winning at a better frequency. And I wonder if Karras could peel back on some of these and get to the outside or get to the backside. All right, let's see what we got. Fairchild and Karras double team in here. As Chase Brown sees he's probably not going to be able to hit that. Oh, yeah. We get these guys. Because it looks like his eyes right here, Chase's eyes look like he's looking at Simon, right? So it's going to keep this guy inside. It's going to keep this guy inside. It's going to keep Simon here. But what Chase Brown is going to do is just eye him long enough and then hit the Jets to our left. Let's see. Bam. Yes. And then Fairchild and Campbell are still there. Chase Brown's going to run through that. Two guys on the ground there are Fairchild and Brown in the end zone. Touchdown. Really good run. That's a very good run for Chase Brown. So we got a Pirine touchdown, a Chase Brown touchdown, 2 Jamar Chase touchdowns. Yeah, that looks good. Let's watch Fairchild here. Again, we could probably get better on the backside. Burrow isn't really a threat, so this guy's really not worried about Burrow keeping it and going. That's why you see so many bubbles and screens to the left side on an RPO, because hopefully he'd have to think about it just a little bit. He really doesn't have to think about it here. He's going to go right for that run and stop Chase Brown for a gain of 3. So you can still get 3 out of it. Okay, next play here. Chase Brown goes out in motion, so Joe is in empty. We got 3 guys on this left side here. I assume blitz. It came from the other way. And Jamar gets it. Probably not a great block there, but we couldn't see the play completely. But if I remember correctly, Yoshi didn't get his guy. Potential blitz again here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 6 blockers. Oh, could be 7. See the guy sneaking in late there. Fairchild's just got to slide and slide and slide. And it gets picked up just enough for Tanner Hudson to be the hot turn and run, Tanner. Okay. If he's tight end 4 or 5, that is a quality player on your roster that you can trust. Oh, Taj Brooks is getting in the game. We're starting to... Oh, that's because P. Ryan got banged around. So Brooks is getting a few more reps. Plus, it's week 17. All right, let's watch Fairchild. Oh, we got a draw play here. Tough one for Fairchild. The defender does a really good job of working his way back inside, forcing Taj Brooks to go to multiple reads there and before he gets to the right side. Still got 4 yards out of it, though. We'll take 4 on the ground, no doubt. Okay, Fairchild here. Guy's going with power. You can see him get off balance. Let's see him recover an anchor, drop anchor right in the lap of Burrow. Burrow just throwing it deep to, that's a throwaway, but interesting to see Simon and Chase Brown down there. Oh, man. I was going to talk about, we got a blitz here. Okay. Left side. And both these guys are going to take inside angles of the blockers, right? So good pickup by Dylan Fairchild. That's our focus of the episode. But let's watch some AJ Pirine and enjoy Pirine getting back in the game here for some pass protection. Bam! Yeah, Burrow steps up, sees a wide open Gesicki. Without that pickup, man, that's a 32-yard explosive. What a blitz pickup by Samaje Pirine. Fairchild passing him off and coming to get help on defensive tackle. And this is the throw to Cody Ford. That's right. I wish you would have scored on this. Everyone loved it. No matter what you feel about Cody Ford, everyone loved that play. There we go. We got some goal line situation here. D-tackle here dove inside. So Fairchild's like, okay, let me just take him then. Let me just wall him off to the outside. And Chase Brown's got one-on-one, full speed against Simon. Let's see. Bam! Fight through it, bounce off it, touchdown. All right. Okay. Show some power. After review, apparently, not a touchdown. So we're back at it again. Cody Ford at the fullback position. Fairchild's trying to block down. We're just trying to have a play action wide open throw. It's not there. Could have been a disaster. Whenever we run some of the misdirection stuff, we don't look as clean. But look at Look at Lucas Patrick going in motion. Looks like P. Ryan at fullback with Chase Brown behind him, right? Let's watch Dylan Fairchild here. Does he get his guy? Yes. P. Ryan blocking, sifting over. Cody Ford. No, it's Dalton Reisner got his, and we're walking in for the touchdown. Chase Brown, TD number 2. Ball don't lie. All right, now Joe Flacco's in the game. This is going to be the last drive for Dylan Fairchild as they start to sift in some backups. Climbs up to get number 27. Not much there. Gain of 3. I would assume if I'm the defense that they're going to try and run the ball and run the clock out in this scenario. The Bengals are up big. So probably an extra guy in the box here once Flacco's in the game, which you can see there's one single high safety, and he's not even that deep. All right, eyes on Fairchild. They're doubling here. Can he peel off and get 27? Yeah. Not great. We get 3 again. Still some starters out there. I see Jalen Rivers is at right guard instead of Reisner. 55's trying to dive inside. Fairchild just going to keep moving him in as Flacco takes off for 5 yards and a first down. Okay, let's watch Reisner here. I'm sorry, Fairchild here. 55 looks like he wants to go outside. Ooh, I was just going to say there's a loss. It's not. It's a screen pass. Again, can Fairchild come get 27? Yes. Taj Brooks with the screen back to the middle. Hey, I like it. Gain him 9 yards. I know I said that Brooks did not look good last year, right? I don't think I'm misevaluating with that. But do I still have hopes from what he looked like in college? Yes. All right. This is a tough one. We got a double team here for Fairchild and Karras, but as Fairchild's eyes come up, is he getting 34 or getting 42 here? I could see either one. Because I see, looks like a lead blocker here, I would assume would go get 34, but he's kind of not in position. And I don't know if Fairchild knows that right now. So let's see who he goes to get. Whoop! Trip! And gets both of them. Hey, we'll take it. Good tough run for Taj Brooks there. Gain of 5. I think that was Taj Brooks. Yeah, it's got to be still in the game. Hey, I'll take a double team block like that. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but that was cool. And then we got a boot and just get rid of the ball. The naked boots, man. Was it Jake Browning mic'd up in 2023, like yelling, "We're done with the boots. We're done with the nakeds." Because they weren't working. They didn't work in this game either. All right, let's watch Fairchild. Let's see how he finishes this drive here. Get him out of there. Yes, go fight. See, this is what I like. Not only is he throwing guys to Orlando Brown Jr., but then he comes back inside and he's like, yeah, the play's not over until I say it's over. Good pickup by Andre Yosivash. Okay, Fairchild here. Got 55, just kind of holding them up, holding them with one hand. Not really. I think they're starting to wind down now. Nobody's really giving the good effort here. Got a couple more plays and then we're done. Dalvin Tomlinson tries to run through Fairchild's face, does a good job of anchoring and holding his ground as Mitch Tinsley looks like he catches that for a gain of 5. But Fairchild's strength and power, evident. Good core strength, good hand strength. Another one. And ball is incomplete. That should have been 3rd down, and that should be it. So that's what PFF said was Dylan Fairchild's best game of his rookie season. Happening towards the end, you could see there he probably ended up with 8 to 10 really high-end impact blocks and maybe lost, 3? I don't even know if it was 3. There may have been 2. That's a great ratio. And then that's probably unexpected, or I should say that can't be the expectation for every game. But if he's around that more often, he could be their second best lineman, assuming Amarius Mims takes a jump in year 3. which I think is expected for him. He's on a good path. He showed good progression between year 1, year 2, year 3. You usually see an even bigger based on all the data I've used. If that's the case, and Fairchild takes a jump in year 2, similar jump to that Mims took, this line could be good. I don't expect Dalton Reisner to fall back anytime soon. Ted Karras could. He's getting older. Orlando Brown, he just signed an extension. We'll have to see how he ages over the next couple of years. He clearly looks a little slower, but still capable. Point being is, if Dylan Fairchild ends up as the number 2 lineman on the team, I would not be shocked. And what a boost to the drafting of the O-line. Like, our faith in that was shattered at one point. If Mims takes that step, if Fairchild takes that step, not only will the line be good, I'll feel so much better about them drafting. And they just drafted Connor Lew and Brian Parker, Jalen Rivers. These are all guys that we've liked. Matt Lee didn't work out. He had an knee issue. He's still not signed because of it. It happens, but that was a prospect I was big on as well. Just all that. I think, Mims was like the poster child for, hey, we're going to draft differently on the offensive line now, finally. I actually think it might be Fairchild as more of the Scott Peters example. Like, he's his as my 3rd round guy. Many drafts had him in the mock drafts, things like that. I had him in the 3rd, 4th round. Took him in the 3rd because we needed him. That's our guy, and he played really well. And he's an example of what we can do with these young prospects on the Bengals' new offensive line, which is great. So Dylan Fairchild, stock is way up. We should be excited about his future, and I can't wait to check in on him once the season starts on Bengals on the Brain, presented by First Star Logistics. Until next time, Hoo day.